In case you're having problems with your seedlings at this time of year, don't be dismayed. It's not you, okay? It's the season, the heat, the pests, all of that, okay? But I'm gonna tell you 5 things. It's a 5-point checklist that I use to help me to make my seedlings thrive at this time of year, okay? So I'll be going right into it. The first thing has to do with the sun. Yes, I know the plants must have sunlight. We all need sunlight. However, it's not the sun itself, it's the intensity and the exposure of these tiny little seedlings to the sun, okay? People get confused. They think that the seedlings, once they see shoots out, they're like, yeah, we're happy, and I'm happy when I see them. However, do not treat them like established plants, okay? Established plants can help themselves and can withstand the blazing sun. Tiny seedlings, on the other hand, when you have something looking like this, okay, that won't help. It cannot withstand the blazing sun. And let me tell you one thing, just as the young, the old, the indigent that you must protect, same thing for your tiny seeds, okay? They cannot face the heat of the sun because they cannot replenish the fluids that they are losing as quickly as if they were grown established plants. So you might even see the soil itself around them being very moist. However, the plant itself is wilted. Those seedlings are wilted. The quick fix, morning sun. Morning sun is best. It is not as intense. The UV rays are not as potent as later in the day. So morning sun is best. And after that, give them some shade. Pull out that shade cloth. Use whatever you need to use, but protect them from that, okay? Just in case you're joining me, Deb here, 2 Raised Beds to Freedom, and I'm helping people grow in small spaces, however small. If you're on your balcony, a small little cubicle, come on with me. And please subscribe, join this growing family, because we can accommodate a big crowd, okay? Next, moving on to the next topic. This has to do with watering, okay? Please do not water on a schedule and do not water based on routine, okay? None of that will help. The objective here is to test the soil. If you put your finger down and you can feel, okay, and if like in these small trays, this might be a whole finger, take a piece of thing that you have. It's just like when you're baking, okay, and you use the toothpick and you put it down. Push it down into the soil, and if things comes back up, you know that the soil is moist, and if not, then you know it's dry. It's the same principle, okay? Because I know life happens and we work, we are busy, we forget that seedlings are out there to water, or we overwater to compensate for the time we missed. But you have to be careful because the seedlings, their roots are so small, tender, delicate, and they can experience root rot even faster than established plants because they get clogged easily, okay? So the fix for that, test, as I said before. Put your finger at least an inch deep, and if it comes back up moist, leave it alone. If it comes back dry, deep watering, okay? So that is the main important thing. So bear that in mind. The other thing now is the soil you use, okay? That's the third thing on the checklist, the soil you use. Remember, depleted soil, bad soil is just as good as zero soil or poor soil, okay? So fortify the soil before you use it, before you put the seedlings in. Add compost, add top dressing, okay? Move swiftly. And once you use soil that was fortified before, then your seedling stands a better chance of surviving. The other thing I do, it has nothing to do with nutrients. However, it is very much as important, and that is fluid. Just before I add my seeds to the soil, I moisten it. Once you moisten it, add some water, not to make a soup, not a soupy consistency, but just enough for it to be like a paste. Once you reach that consistency, use it. Then you add your seeds, because what that does is gives you a jump start. That gives you a jump start with your seeds, so you should be fine. So use it moist, sow your seeds. So even if you forget for the first 2 or 3 days, you are not behind. So that is the fix for that one, okay? The other thing I want you to know, because these plants are delicate, this is a 4th point, because these plants are delicate, small, juicy, tiny, brand new, everything about them is nice. Check pests daily. So check for pests daily, because seedlings like these tiny seedlings are like candy for pests, okay? These are juicy, so they're going to attack. And the thing is, because these are so young, they have nothing, no reserves to fight the pests either, okay? So bear that in mind, okay? So check for pests every day. Okay, once you check for pests every day, you will be fine. So tell me, I want you to tell me in the comments first which crop you are starting with for your garden. Okay, and not just that, tell me what you have done to give those seedlings, whatever you're sowing, a jump start, because that is important. Share so we can all learn, and tell me where you're watching from. Okay, now the next point I want to make here, the next point on my checklist here, is give seedlings room to grow. Okay, you might see your nice little seedlings here, and if you notice, there are multiple here, okay, and multiple here, 1 2 3 4. The germination rate here was very good, I must say. These are kale, by the way. I have 2 different types of kale in this thing. It is good. However, once you see secondary leaves start forming and the plant itself is getting more established, please separate them, because in a cluster like this, they are now competing for light, nutrients, water, and the airspace. Okay, and they will not survive. At least they will survive. They might just survive, but not to the fullest of their ability. Okay, so because of that, you need to separate them. And if you see a seedling that is looking real tired, real sick, like it is on the struggle bus, you might have 6 seedlings in a cluster. Okay, you didn't intend to get 6, but you overplanted so that you can have enough. No, you have 6, 1 is struggling, and 5 are looking real strong. Please just get rid of that one. Why? Sometimes less ends up being more, and sometimes you have to cut off the troublesome one to save the whole. Okay, because you don't know what is eating away at that one. What is it? Maybe nature is helping you by getting rid of it. So if nature is already a step ahead of you, just give it a chance and follow suit. Okay, so those are my 5 things, the 5 things I want you to consider when working with these seedlings. I am going to assume that you started your seeds as well, and they are growing, they are coming along well. So on that basis, watch them. Okay, the sunlight, shade cloth, and if you're on a balcony or something, use an umbrella, whatever it is, whatever you have. Okay, use some form of shade. So the sunlight, the watering, the pests, the crowding, all of those things, pay attention to that. Now, I hope this helps someone, because we are growing and we are moving along, however small. So if it does help, subscribe. Tell me what is happening, what is not happening in your neck of the woods, okay? And every week I am here helping someone, putting my 2 cents in so we can all grow together, because we're going to harvest together. So until then, you take care. Deb here signing out. See you in the next one. Bye.